Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be hearing your life story. So just not to waste any more time, can you please tell us how you met?
We met in Matete.
First of all, please introduce yourself.
Ke bidwa Marumo Gower go tswa ko Molepolole ke le ngwana wa bone wa ga Baloni Gower le Kibiditso Gower re kopanye ko Matete ka tiro. It was ka 1988 and then we were married nehela go simolla go planana lenyalo ke gone end of 88. They can wait there like can you hear? Hey, get out of very similar how very Bisanya. Then we agree to marry each other.
Just like that. She was not playing hard to get.
No.
She agreed easily.
Yes.
No, she said no. She will answer for herself.
Yes.
Let's hear her.
Okay, my name is Emma Gower. I'm from Molepole as well. And Tumanabo Rap from the Mualifis family. We met in Matete, like he said. The first time I saw him, I was from my workplace. And I saw him in one of my friend's houses, going around the house, and I was like, who is that one? Then I felt like calling him and telling him that the owner of the house is not in. And then I said, okay, let me leave him, he will see what to do. Then immediately when I was just about to leave, and then the spirit said, what about if that is your husband?
Yeah.
Then I said,
It can be.
that one, it can be. So there was this edge that I should return and help him. So I just came at highlights to ask question for if there's another friend is around. So I told him yes, he's around because he was staying just behind my house. So that was how I met him. And then few days later, the very friend at near my house called me, said, come and see somebody from Leprore. Then I said, who is that one? He says, it's a Gower. I said, oh, Morashia. No, so Mashaka. So we stood there and I greeted him. That was my first time to see him. But I knew the Gowers, I only knew his younger sister. But that was my first time to see him. Then, like he said, the end of 88, then we met, we talked, we agreed, and then we started preparing for the wedding, beginning of 89, and then we got married August 89.
So first impressions when you saw him at the friend's house,
I was like, oh. Because he was having a briefcase and he was looking like this with
and the glasses,
the big glasses,
yeah.
And I was like, oh. And when the spirit was saying, what if that is your husband? I was saying, hey, that one. It's such a record. No, it can be.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was not able even to see that the legs are going this way.
Yeah.
Because that was a God-given, God-arranged meeting. Yeah, that's why we met, and then we got married August 89.
1989. So you've been married for how long now?
Now it's 33 years.
33 years in marriage. So can you please take us through the journey of your marriage? Remember the seasons, those vows that you took August 1989 in a hall full of people. You committed to be with each other in so many seasons. Can you please take us through those seasons, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health? Those seasons.
Let me start with the one that says in sickness and in health. As we got married I was 30 something, 34 years, and I really wanted to have children.
Yeah.
So 90 we were able to conceive, and I was sick. I had to be on bedridden. Unfortunately, we lost the first baby. And then after that, I had 2 more miscarriages. And then 92, then God blessed us. The end of 91, we conceived. And then I was on bedridden. I was bedridden since the second trimester. Until delivery. So we got refuted. That's why I say we were given. It was a blessing. And all the pregnancies were a problem, because I was always swollen, and I have fluid retention, and the doctors didn't diagnose it until very late. So that's why we ended up having only 2 kids, because of my sick health. But all these years, we enjoyed our marriage despite those health problems. We stuck together.
So was there a health scare on his part?
No, I didn't have any health problem.
There was the time you had an accident.
Oh, yes, I had it in 1993.
93.
Yeah, it's 93.
You are from Swaziland?
Yeah, from Swaziland, and then
I said, Joburg.
no, I didn't know. I know, but we went. We slept like in the garage. Then tomorrow morning, when we at the station, we have to wait for it. Then we went for a toilet. When we come back, instead of me stopping, we are 4, and then I crossed. Then the car hit me. Then I just wake up in the hospital. So they were crying.
Who were crying?
The ones I was with.
You were with, yeah.
And that guy
friends.
took me, the one who hit me, and get me to the hospital. I told the doctors and nurses that I found him lying there, somebody hit him.
So it was a hit and run?
Yeah, no, but he didn't run. He took me to the hospital.
Oh, the very
and
car.
then he reported wrongly, because he said he found me there. Then he held me.
So how was it when you received the news that your husband has been hit by a car?
I was scared, but I think the strength that I got was because I believe in God. So even when they told me about that, I really wanted to fly to SA, but at the end of the day, the friends who came to tell me, they promised that they will do everything I shouldn't want. So at least I was happy, because they told me he's alive, he is okay. So they did all the arrangement to bring him here, but we found that he wasn't bad. Yeah. So we thank God for that. That's the health part. So the wealth part, I think we God has always provided for us.
Yeah.
Because he was working, I was working, and he was in Khanti, I was here with the children, and I think God sustained us. We were fine as far as wealth is concerned. So, in all, it's all because there is a God in heaven. All these we managed to go through, or to walk through all our promises, because we believed in God so much that in every situation, it wasn't any burden. It wasn't a burden to us because we stuck together and we believed together and we raised our children together in health and in sickness. Even our children learned to stick with us, to believe with us, God. And then even when I went through cancer, fighting cancer, they were all with me. So yes, it is all because of God. And we really enjoyed our honeymoon for 30 years. 30 years.
Yes.
30 years. Mm.
So he also left us for schooling. When was that? Okay.
Oh, there was a time she
She left.
left to Australia.
Yes.
No, before she went to Australia, I wanted to ask a question. Remember when you're talking about wealth, that finances is one of the contributing factors to manyalo a thubegang. Ha go bue sepe ka di-finances, mongwe le mongwe o ja madi a gagwe a ka batla. So what advice can you give to the advice that has worked for you in this past 33 years that you can share with the viewers?
I think the most important thing is one, to trust each other. We didn't even go into saying, no, let me know your bank account, how much do you have? But each one of us knew she has a responsibility. We knew if there is a rent to be paid, yes, Raurefilo is paying for the rent. When there is an income coming in, we agree that this income we are going to use it for this. Even we knew what we are going to get money from this account to pay for the schools, to pay for everything. So I will automatically know that from my account I'm going to pay for 1, 2, 3, 4. And he knows that he has to pay for 1, 2, 3, 4. But if this month the money I have is not enough, I will tell him what I have is not enough. Then he'll come in and help. And this is what we are doing up to now. So we share the responsibilities and we discuss and we help each other.
So there is transparency.
Yeah.
Yes, when it comes to finances. So yes, Mr. Gower wanted to take us to the time when you left to Australia, when he was left alone here with the children. How was it? Separate, long distance.
Yeah, she was far away, and I was supposed to be transferred, and then I refused because I have to take care of them. And then
What?
No, but o ka bua le ka Setswana
ke ra ne ke le nosi ke ile gore tsontse ke bone gore ba sekoleng, and then there's a proposal that I should go to Donota. And then I said, no, I can't go to Donota. I'm staying with my children. And then in Donota, there's no accommodation for government, so I cannot go there to stay in somebody's house with my children. So they eventually listened to me, and then I stayed for those 3 years here with them, even though I was working in Moshopa, but I was commuting from here to Moshopa for those 3 years.
So she was away for 3 years.
Yes.
3 years away. So Pefone is at the
Well,
There's no pay. There was no pay for.
No pay for it. And every year you will come at least once a year.
once a year. For the 3 years she was coming every year.
Every December.
She will be here. So I was busy. I was taking care of the kids. There's
no time for
no
people.
time for people. Cattle post, what. So
Yeah.
I was always busy at work. Yeah, so there's no help.
Again, before it usually comes in when you allow it to come in.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was in school, when you get to school, you all become children.
Yeah.
So they were behaving like children, and they're like, well, now you are always home. We go out at 1 a.m. to the clubs. Why are you keeping yourself? Do you think Mr. Gower is just keeping himself out there? Then I said to them, you know what? I am myself. And he has a DIS who is looking after him. And that DIS will speak to him. You will not have to come and tell me, or he's doing 1, 2, 3, because he is answerable to God. So I am answerable to God. I'm not answerable to him. I'm answerable to God. Therefore, I believe he is, as a Christian, nothing would come between us.
Yeah.
So I think believing in God and being steadfast in your faith will not allow the people to come in. Yeah.
Is there any other season that you left out? We talked about for health, in health and in
And wealth and
health and sickness. Okay, no. I think now you can just give us some tips to those who are watching you. Hore Lona, how are you keeping it together? How were you able to remain together for 33 years? Because some bats are the following day. So what is it that you can share with the viewers about your journey?
I think the first thing is you should have love one another, and you should trust each other. You trust yourself and your partner. That's where you cannot depart. And love is the most important thing. If you love somebody, it's not easy to leave him just easily like that. So you should have a commitment that this marriage should go until, as we have vowed before the priest.
Yeah, and before God.
And before God. Yeah. And like he said, it's more about commitment and compromise. Because in marriage, we are two different people. And at times we see things differently. And at times you just give in for the sake of the relationship. Even when you feel totaha matanya, you just remember where he is different. So he will think differently, and you have to see how to accommodate him, because you have set for better and for worse. So Hale Wesenyana at that time, appreciate him for the good that he does, and the weaknesses and put them aside and bank on the good part. So always look for the good part, knowing that there will always be a weakness somewhere.
Yeah,
because we are different. And submit or commit your relationship or your life unto God. He will direct your steps every day. Cry to God.
Yeah.
Or report him to God.
Yeah.
And so how we do it.
So finally, you can recommend people to get married.
Yeah, it's very important to get married, especially for men, because when they get old, they cannot take care of themselves or their children. So it's very important for men to get married, and married
A ipipile mo basading ba bangwe.
le basadi ba bangwe ka gore konte ga go kana ga o dira jalo gore ya no tla go compare. So once you compare go ra gore o tla go simolla ona
for me lenyalo le botlhokwa mo botshelong jwa motho, because it's a God ordained thing. O rile re ga go molemo monna go nna a le nosi, mme mosadi le ena ga go molemo go tla go nna mothusi. Go tla go nna mothusi wa motho mo la thusanya mo botshelong, and le ya fitlhella dilo tse no ka se wa di fitlhella o le nosi. And le bana o nna le bona, they need both of us. Is being baskabana absent fathers. So I'm still praying for my daughters.
Amen.
Mo tsamaile ya no go setse ya no ga ke tsora ene o tsweletse wa ba rapela bo monna but I'm looking forward to hearing news this year.
Amen.
And they're
Amen.
getting old.
Amen. Thank you so much for agreeing to share your love journey with us. The purpose was just to encourage other people out there that the institution of marriage is still relevant and it is still perfect as God has created it to be perfect. Thank you, and it is good and pleasing to the Lord. Thank you so much.